Ford, one of the biggest car manufacturers in the world, is releasing their latest foray to the electric vehicle, or EV, with the release of their F150 Lightning, which is an EV vehicle. And according to the article at electric.co, they mentioned that they have to double their production for the EV vehicle, and it's not even enough. So, meaning the demand for their vehicles is skyrocketing now. Is it because of the brand? Is it of the model? Or is it the EV vehicle? Or all three, as I mentioned here. Anyway, so let's see here. Now, what's interesting here is, so the demand has skyrocketed. So as mentioned, so they're planning, or they're trying to double their production so that it can meet the demands here. And because of the strong demand, as mentioned early, they've been racking up uh, more than 120,000 customers reservations own alone. So the vehicle is supposed to be released by 2022. So that's a year from now. And the question here is, will they be able to ramp up their production here, thinking that the demand would be as high as before? And what's interesting here, their plan was to ramp up production by 15,000 units by 2022, and then 55,000 units by 2023, 80,000 by 2024. And question is, will they have the capacity, the resources, and the manpower to handle this volume of production? So the target is to get in excess of 160,000 by 2025. So that's a lot of vehicles going to be produced in your production line here. So what's interesting here is they've already increased their production way back last year in November, by adding 350 more production jobs to increase the production by 50% already. And obviously that is not enough still. And their plan to go or foray into EV vehicles was still minuscule compared to their gas powered counterpart, but still, the growing demand or preferences for people to adopt electric vehicles has been steadily growing with the help of Tesla's popularity here, as mentioned. And question here is, will the company be able to meet the demands? And actually, it's not just the automotive here in the case of Ford, because there's also the chip shortage that we keep on mentioning over and over, and it has a big impact in the technology, the computer business, as well as computer industry, as well as in the automotive industry as well. So question here is, will they be able to meet the demands here? And obviously, if cost consumers are any if they're demanding of getting their products on a timely manner, and if they don't get it, they might get it with another company here, and so forth. And what's interesting here, in the case of Ford, they're one of the companies who's been dragging their feet in regards to in their foray into electric vehicles here for several years, because demand is not strong, especially in the North American region. So and even according to the CEO of Ford, you have Mr. Mark Fields questioning the realities. Well, the present reality has shown that the demand is there and it's growing still. And obviously, with those limitations, if they can address it in terms of the charging capability, the battery issues, the safety ones, apart from the driverless features, the EV vehicle should be a viable alternative to gas powered engine here. Now, how long would that be adopted here in our country is a totally big question here, because electric vehicle and flooding in our nation is not a great combination here, unless it's well sealed, protected, that no matter if it's submerged, in a sense. I think I forgot which vehicle was it. Is it Tesla? I forgot what company. They were able to showcase a EV truck. I forgot which one. Anyway, that they can submerge up to a certain point. I think just below the hood of the truck, and they're able to pass through the obstacle there. But we have to wait and see. And question here is, now that the demand has been growing, I'm sure companies like Ford or even GM and other companies are following suit, and obviously some are already in development or in production, which goes to show that what do you call this? That Tesla is by far ahead of the competition in terms of the EV market, in terms of delivering a polished driving experience here. I wouldn't say, you know, it's perfect if you're Tesla, but they're by far leaps and bounds ahead of their competition here.